One of the topics, yes, that I think is also a trend in innovation is the notion of design thinking. And so design thinking, from a marketing perspective, I don't look at it as particularly new, but it is to a lot of people and to a lot of organizations. So design thinking basically says that we need to understand user needs before we design products and services. That's really what marketing is all about, is that we have to find customer needs and then create products and services to meet those needs. But design thinking is a very hot topic, and there are design schools that have gained a lot of attention, that are getting a lot of students because they want to learn about design thinking. There are design firms. We have a couple of very famous design firms here in the Boston area who get written up a lot, who work with a lot of big organizations, and they're very interesting when I bring people from those companies into the classroom, because most of our students don't really know about design. They don't really know what it is. They don't know what design thinking is. And it's very helpful to bring these people in to talk about design and for students to see how applicable it is, and also how it fits really well, again, with the notion of marketing, that before you design anything, you really need to understand user needs. And what design thinking has led to is the use of ethnography more and more as a marketing research tool, which again is not new, because ethnography basically means observing people in their natural habitats to see how they do things. And also you might do some interviews with the person as well. Again, Procter & Gamble has been using observation since the 1950s, but more and more companies are recognizing that ethnography can be a very valuable tool to understanding user needs that users can't articulate, and to uncover what we call latent needs. And so the design thinking is again very hot. I think it's very relevant. I try to bring that into my class through guest speakers, through cases that focus on design, and I spend a lot more time talking about user needs and how do you uncover those user needs, and some of the different techniques that you can use, of which ethnography is one. And as an outcome of that, some of my students, we have them write personas, which are basically profiles of particular types of users, and it makes it more real for the student as well as for a company, if they were doing this, to understand how these users are different. And it may not be based on demographics. It could be very well based on a situation in terms of how they use a particular product or something. But I spend a lot more time focusing on user needs, because that has become, again, a very hot area. And I think it's important for our students to understand that. And it's not easy to get at user needs. And so that's an area where I think in the innovation classes, and again, certainly in my classes where there is a focus on innovation, we spend a lot more time on that.